When it comes to meeting the Pope, one could say fashion-wise, men have it a lot easier than women. Hitting the fashion mark can oftentimes be challenging. What one considers fashionable may end up raising someone else's eyebrows. The wife of Sri Lanka's president wore traditional clothing from her country when she met the Pope along with her husband. Yet some were surprised by the fact that she was showing her midsection during the meeting. On the other hand, Montenegro's First Lady followed protocol by wearing black clothing while meeting the Pope, but was the dress style maybe too old-fashioned? When the Pope went to Africa, Benin's First Lady wore colorful traditional clothing. But in this case, it wasn't so much what she chose to wear. Her body posture seemed to speak the loudest. Perhaps it was the intense heat that made her look a bit tired. But for some, it's not about fashion or posture, but mostly about following tradition. For example, Sweden's ambassador before the Holy See strictly followed her country's tradition by wearing this hat during the yearly ambassadors' meeting. Her pride in following tradition was quite obvious as she greeted the Pope with a big smile, and the Pope also seemed to enjoy it. Other situations may seem a bit odd or just interesting. For example, Queen Elizabeth held tight to her hand purse while meeting Benedict XVI, never leaving it out of her sight. But if one looks years back at her meeting with John Paul II, it's a similar scene, with her walking around with her purse. Everyone has their own sense of fashion, but perhaps one of the most surprising is the First Lady of Cameroon. She visited Rome for John Paul II's beatification ceremony with her trademark style of big red hair and thick makeup. Back in 2009, when Benedict XVI visited Africa, he greeted the president and his wife Chantal. She was quite respectful, but her style was just as loud. It was one of those rare moments when perhaps all eyes were not on the Pope, but on Cameroon's First Lady.